Good morning everyone. My name is Sorianosos from 2-BPED-A. I'm here in front of you to discuss the rules of softball 1 to 4. Rule number 1, definitions. Section number 1, altered bat. A bat is altered when the physical structure of a legal bat has been changed. For example, the alternating bat are replacing the handle of a metal bat with a wooden or other type handle, inserting material inside the bat. Applying excessive tape, more than 2 layers, to the bat grip, or painting a bat at the top or bottom for other than identification purposes. Section number 2, apply play. A live or a dead ball applied is a play or situation in which an umpire cannot make a decision unless requested by a manager, coach, or players of the non-offending team. Section number 3, the ball compression. The ball compression is the load of force in kilograms, pounds required to compress a softball to 6.5 millimeters or 0.25 inches when measured in accordance with the ASTM or the American Society for Testing and Materials test methods for measuring comprehension displacement of softballs. Section number 4, ball core. The coefficient or of restitution of a softball when measured with the ASTM or again the American Society for Testing and Materials, the test method for measuring the coefficient or restitution of softball. Section number 5, the baseline. A baseline is a direct line between bases. Section number 6, base on balls. FP and SP, a base on balls occurs when 4 pitches are judged by the plate umpire to be balls, including illegal pitches. The battery is awarded first base. This is sometimes referred to as a walk. FB, the ball is alive. SP is the ball when it is dead. Section number 7, base path. A base path is a direct line between a base and runners. Position at the time a defensive player is attempting or about to attempt to attack the runner. Section number 8, batted ball. A batted ball is any ball that hits the bat or it hits by the bat and lands either in fair or foul territory. No intention to hit the ball is necessary. Section number 9, the batter. A batter is the offensive player who enters the batter's box with the intentions of aiding his team to score runs. He continues to be a batter until he is either declared out by the umpire or he becomes a batter runner. Section number 10, batter's box. The batter's box is the area to which the batter is restricted while in position with the intention of helping his team to obtain runs. The lines are considered as being within the batter's box. Section number 11, the batter runner. A batter runner is a player who has finished a turn at bat but has not yet been put out or touched first base. Section number 12, batting order. The batting order is the official listing of offensive players in the order in which members of the teams must come to bat. When the line-up card is submitted, it should also include each player's positions. Section number 13, block ball. The black ball is batted, thrown, or pitch ball that becomes lodged in fencing, or it touched, stopped, bed, or handled by a person not engaged in the game, or touches any object that is not part of the official equipment or playing area, or it's touched by defensive player who is in contact with the ground that is not part of playing area. Section number 14, punt or FP only. A bat is a bat ball not swung at but intentionally hit with a bat and taped slowly within the playing field. Section number 15. The catch. A catch is a legally caught ball which occurs when the fielder catches a batted or thrown ball within his hand or the glove. Section number 16. Catcher's bag. The catcher's bag is the area within which the catcher must remain until the FP only, the pitch is released. The lines are to be considered within the batter's bag. SP only. The pitch ball is batted touches the ground, blade or batter to reaches the catcher's bag. The lines are to be considered within the catcher's bag. The catcher is considered within the bags except when touching the ground outside the catching bags. Section number 17. Charged conference. A charge conference takes place when offensive conference, the offensive teams request a suspension or play or delays play to allow the manager or other team preferred representatives to confer with any member of their team. D. Defensive conference. The defensive teams request a suspension of play to allow representative or the defensive team to enter the playing field to communicate with any defensive player or fielder leaves his positions and goes to the dugout and gives the umpire reason to believe that he received its instructions. Section number 18. Chop ball. Chop hit ball is one at which the batter strikes downward with the chopping motions of bat so that the ball bounces hit high into the air. Section number 19. The coach. The coach is the first one. It is important in the team. Coach is the one who manages the team. Coach is a person who is responsible for the team's actions on the field, and he represents the team in communication with the umpire and the opposite team. A player may be designated as a coach in the event the coach is absent or the player is playing a coach. For the purpose of these rules, the manager or a team is considered to be the head coach. Section number 20. Crew hop. FP only. A crew hop is defined as the act of pitcher who does not push off from the pitcher's plate to deliver the ball. This is illegal. It is pitcher steps off the pitcher's plate, thereby establishing a second empties or starting point, and then pushes off from the new starting point and complete delivery. Section number 21. Dead ball. A dead ball is one that touches any object that is not part of the official equipment or official playing area or the player person not engaged in the game, or lodged in the umpire gear or in an offensive player's clothing or the umpire has ruled dead. Section number 22. Defensive team. The defensive team is the team in the field, of course. Section number 23. Delayed dead ball. A delayed dead ball is a game situation in which the ball remains alive until the conclusion of a play. When the entire play is completed, it required the umpire shall rule a dead ball and enforce the appropriate ruling referred to the rule number 9, section 3. Section number 24. Designated player. DPFP only. The designated player is starting offensive player who bats in the line or for the flex player listed in the 10th position of the line-up card. Section number 25. Disclosed base. The lodge base is a base displaced from its proper position. Section number 26. The double play. A double play is a play by the defensive in which two offensive players are legally put out as a result of continuous action. Section number 27. Dugout. The dugout is an area in that ball territory designated for players, coaches, band boys, girls, and official representatives of the team only. There shall be no smoking in this area. Section number 28. Ejection from the game. Ejection is an act of any umpire ordering a player, officially or the team member, to leave the game and the grounds for rule violation for the remainder of the game. Section number 21. Fair ball. A fair ball is legally bat ball which settles or it's touched on or over fair territory between home and first base or between home and the third base. Bounce pass first or third base on or over fair territory regardless or where the ball hits after going over the base. Touches first, second, or third base, which while on even over fair territory touches the person or clothing of an umpire or the player. The fair ball is legally bat ball which first falls on fair territory beyond first and third base. F. While over fair territory passes out of the playing field beyond the outfield fence, while flight hits the ball line pole. Section number 30. Fair territory. Fair territory is the part of the playing field within and including the first and third base foul lines from home base to the bottom of the extreme playing field pins and perpendicularly upwards. Section number 31. The fake tag. A fake tag is a form of obstructions or a runner while advancing or returning to a base by a fielder who is not possession of the ball that impedes the progress of the runner. The runner does not have any stop or slide. Merely slowing down with a fake tag is simulated constitute obstruction. Section number 32. The fielder. A fielder is any defensive player in the team of the field. Exactly. Section number 33. Fly ball. A fly ball is any ball batted into the air. Section 34. Flex player. FP only. The flex player is the starting player whom the designated player is batting and whose name appears in the 10th position on the line-up card. Section number 35. Force out. A force out is an any out which can be made only when a runner loses the right to the base, which is occupying because the batter becomes a batter runner and before the batter runner or the succeeding runner has been put out. Section number 36. Forfeit. A forfeit is an act of the plate umpire ruling that the game is over by declaring the non-offending team the winner. Section number 37. The foul ball. A foul ball is legally bat ball which settles on foul territory between home and first base or between home and the third base. Next, bounce pass first or third on over foul territory. First touches on foul territory beyond first of the third base. D. While on over foul territory touches the person, attached or detached equipment or clothing of an umpire or a player or any object foreign to the natural ground. F. E. Touches the batter of the bat in the batter's hand a second time while the batter is within the batter's back. Goes directly from the bat not higher than the batter's head to any part of the catcher's body or equipment and is caught by another fielder. Hits the pitcher's plate and rolls untouched to foul territory before reaching first or third base. Section number 38. The foul territory. A foul territory is in any part of the player field that is not included by the fair territory. Section number 39. The foul tip. A foul tip is a batted ball which goes directly from the bat to the catcher's hand, goes not higher than the batter's head, and is illegally caught by the catcher. Section number 40. Helmet. A helmet must have two ear flaps, one on each side, and shall be type that has safety features equal to or greater than those provided by the full plastic cap with padding on the inside. A liner covering ears only does not meet the rule specification. It was worn by the catcher, maybe the skull type within the air flaps. A helmet also worn by the offensive player does not need air flaps. A helmet also that is cracked, broken, dented, or altered shall be declared an illegal helmet and removed from the game. Section number 41. The home team. The home team is the team whose grounds the game is played, or if the game played on neutral ground. The home team shall be designated by the mutual agreement or by a flip of coin. The home team shall take the third base, dug out, and play defense first. Section number 42. Illegal bat. An illegal bat is one that does not meet the requirements of Rule number 3, Section 1. Section 43. Illegal extra player or SP only. An illegal extra player is one who violates any of the provisions of the Rule 4, Section number 6. Section 44. Illegal pitcher. The illegal pitcher is a player legally in the game, but one may not pitch as a result of being removed from the pitching position by the umpire, as a result of the defense charge conference limit being extended, or being removed from the pitching position by the umpire as a result of pitching with excessive speed after a warning. It's for SP only. Section 45. Illegal player. An illegal player is a player who takes position in the lineup either on offense or defense who was not reported to the plate umpire. A player who takes positions on offense defense who does not have a legal right to that position. Section 46. Illegal re-entry. An illegal re-entry occurs when, first, starting player returns to the game second time after twice being substitute. Second, a starting player returns to the game after being substitute by not in his original position in the offensive lineup. Number 3. Substitute who has not illegally been in the game returns to the game after being substitute for either the original starting player or another substitute. Number 4, the starting of DP, FP only, or his substitute is placed into the batting order in a position other than his original starting position. Last, a fixed player who is placed in a batting order in a position other than that of the starting DP. Section number 47, the illegal substitute. This one, it is very important. An illegal substitute is a player who has entered the game without being announced to the umpire. He may be, first, substitute who has not previously been in the game. Illegal player, declared illegally player, illegally re-entered, or illegally DP or flex player, FP or EP or SP only. Last, a replacement player who remains in the game as an untouched substitute for withdraw player who has not been returned to the game within the time permitted under the supervisions of the replacement player rule. Section number 48. Illegally bat ball. An illegally bat ball occurs when the batter hits the ball fair or foul, while his enter foot is completely out of the batter box on the ground when he makes contact with the ball, while any part of the batter's foot is touching home plate when he makes contact with the ball. C. While contacting the ball with an illegal, non-approved or altered ball, after steps with either foot entirely out of the batter's box and then returns and make contact with the ball while within the batter box. Let's proceed to section number 49. Illegally caught ball. An illegally caught ball occurs when a fielder catches a batted, thrown, or pitched ball with his cap, mask, glove, or any part of his uniform while it is detached from its proper place. Section number 50. Ineligible player. An eligible player is a player who may not longer legally participate in a game because the umpire has removed him. An illegal player may no longer participate as a player but may continue in the game as a coach. Oh, it's nice. You know, you can play. If you can play, you can be the coach. Section 46, illegal re-entry. Legal re-entry occurs when first starting player returns to the game second time after twice being substituted. Starting player returns to the game after being substituted but not in his own original positions in the offensive lineup. C. A substitute who has illegally been in the game returns to the game after being substituted for by either the original starting player or other substitute. The starting DP, only, or his substitute is placed into the batting order in a position other than his original starting position. Last, a flex player who is placed in a batting order in a position other than that of any starting DP. So, let's proceed to section 55, infleater. An infleater is a defensive player including the pitches, the catcher, who is generally positioned anywhere near or within the lines of the base paths forming fair territory. A player who normally plays in the outfield may be considered an infielder if he moves into the area normally covered by the infielders. Section 56. Inflate fly. An inflate fly is a fair of play ball, not including a line drop or any attempted bunt, that can be caught by inflator with originally effort with first and second or first, second, third base are occupied. Before two are out, the pitcher, catcher, and any outfielder that positions himself in the infield of the day shall be considered infielders for the purpose of their rule. Section 57. The inning. An inning is that portion of a game within which the teams alternately of offense and defense, and in which there are 3 outs for each team. A new inning begins immediately after the final out of the previous inning. Section 58. Intentional base on balls. An intentional base on balls occurs when the defensive team desires to place the batter on first base within the requirement to deliver 4 pitches ball. This is referred to as an intentional walk the ball is dead. Section 59. Intentionally dropped fly ball. An intentionally dropped fly ball is a fair ball including the line drive or a bunt with less than 2 outs and runner outs first base, which can be caught by the infielder with ordinary effort, and infielder intentionally drops after it is controlled within the lines of the glove. Section number 60. Interference. Interference in an act or an offensive player or team members that impedes, hinders, or confuses a defense player attempting to execute play. Second, an umpire who impedes a catcher's attempt to throw out runner who is on his base. An umpire or a runner being hit with a fair batted ball prior to its passing, and infielder including the pitcher. The last one is a spectator who reaches into the playing field and impedes a player playing the ball or makes contact with the ball that a fielder is attempting play on. Section number 61. The leaping. FPO for FP only. Leaping is the act of a pitcher that causes him to be airborne on his initial move and push from the pitcher's plate. The momentum built by the forward movement of the pitcher causes the entire body, including both the pivot and the stepping non-pivot foot, to be in the air at the same time, moving towards home plate. Section number 62. Legal touch or tag. A legal touch is the action of the fielder in touching or tagging a batter, runner, or runner who is not contact with a base with a ball securely held his hands or glove. The ball is not considered as having been securely held if it is juggled or dropped by the fielder after touching, tagging the batter, running, or running unless the player deliberately knocks the ball from the hands or the glove of the fielder. Second, a base with a ball securely held in his hands or glove, when the base may be touched with any part of the body to be a legal touch. The fielder could the base with foot with hand, sit on the base. This would apply on any force out of appeal situation. Section 63, legally caught ball. A legally caught ball occurs when fielder catches batted, thrown, or pitched ball, provided it is not caught in the fielder's cap, held mask, protector, pocket to others part of his uniforms. It must be caught firmly held in the hands or the glove. Section 64, the line drive. A line drive is a ball in flight that is batted sharply and directly into the playing shield. Section 65, line up and line up card. Section 66, obstruction. Defense player or team member who hinders or prevents a batter from striking or any hitting a pitch ball. For Section 68, offensive team. Offensive team is a team at bat. Section 69, official equipment. Official equipment is considered to be any equipment like the gloves, bats, helmets, and many more, and current use by defensive or any offensive teams in courses of play. Defensive equipments, glove for example, leave of the field where the team is playing offensive will not be considered as official equipment. Number 70, section. On-deck batter. The on-deck batter is the offensive player whose name follows the name of the batter in the batting order. Section 71, on-deck circle. The deck circle is the area where on-deck batter may warm up or takes practice swings while waiting his turn to enter the batter's box. Section 72, 1 meter, 3 meter line. The 1 meter or the 3-foot line is the area that lasts half distance between home and first base where a batter runner must run to avoid being called out for interfering with a thrown ball from the home plate area or with fielders an attempt to touch such a throw while runner to the first base. Section 73, option play. An option play is a play which the offensive coach or the manager is given the choice of taking the enforcement of the illegal action of the result of the play, such as opposing include the catcher obstruction, use of an illegal gag, illegal substitution, illegal pitch, an illegal pitcher return to the game and pitching a female batter on a 2-out walk, co-ed SP only. So this one interesting. Section 81, the play ball. A play ball is a term used by the plate umpire to indicate that the play shall begin or resume when the pitcher holds the ball and FP only is within the pitcher's circle. The SP only is on or near the pitcher's plate. All defensive players except the catcher, who must be in the catcher's box, must be in the fair territory to put the ball in the play. Section 85, re-entry. Re-entry is an act of any of the starting players returning to the game after being legally or legally substitute. Section 67, a replacement player. A replacement player is a player who required to enter the game for a defined period of time to replace another player and leave the game attend to an injury that is causing bleeding. So, replacement player is occurred when one of your members got injured. Section 88, the runner. A runner is a player who team and bat who is finished a turn at bat which first base and has not yet been put out. That's one. Section 91, the starting players. The starting players are the players listed on the official lineup given to the umpire-in-chief and or to the plate umpire. Section 92, stealing. Stealing is an act of a runner attempting to advance during or after pitch to the batter. Stealing is not allowed in the slow pitch. Section 98. This one. 96. Team member. A team member includes any person authorized to sit on the team bench. Dun sa upuan. Section 98. Throw. A throw is an act performed by the fielder who throwing the ball to another fielder. Section 99. The time. The time is the term used by the umpire to order the suspension of play during which the ball is dead. Section 10, trap ball. Trap ball is when it is legally batted fly ball. A legally fly ball that is caught against a fence with a glove or the bare hand. A thrown ball to any base for a force out which is caught by the glove or over the ball. FP only, a pitch ball that touches the ground or a strike prior to the catchers catching it. Section number 101, dribble play. A dribble play is continuous action play by the defense on which the offensive players are put out. Turn out at bat number 102 section. A turn at bat begins with the player first enter the batter's box and continues until the batter is put out or becomes a batter runner. A section 103, wild pitch. For FP on the wild pitch is the pitcher kite, solo or too wide, or the plate that the catchers cannot or does not stop and control it with ordinary effort. Play of wild throw. Wild throw is a play in which the ball is thrown from one fielder to another. Section number 101. We don't play as a player called to lead the game. Ito yung rule number 2, the playing field. The playing field is the area within which the ball may be legally played in fielder shall have clear and unobstructed area with a standing where not stand out in the distant table. Shall have an unobstructed area outside the goal line and between the backstop and the playing field is to have a warning track. Warning track is an area where the playing field is present to ground are especially used establishing maintenance of player fields may be agreed upon by players or opposing teams. The backstop stands because the people or any other obstructions are within protected areas. The official diamond shall have baselines and each changes lines as a set out in the distance table. During the game, the base distance or any pitching distance is found to be at the wrong distance, correct at the error of the start of the next ball game and continue playing the game. Section 4, diamond layout. Diamond layout table to show official dimension of football diamond in Appendix 1A, a table instructions to lay out the diamond with 18 or 2 meters, 50 feet baseline and 14.02 pitching distance can be found in appendix, and minimum period. Home plate as a set out in the table appendix 2. The pitcher shall be or rubber. The top of the pitcher's plate shall be level with the ground. The front line of the pitcher's plane shall be distance from the back or point out. Home plate as set out in the distance table. The base other than home plate shall be on the diamond set out in the appendix 1D. The double base is approved for use of first base. The base shall be a diamond set out in appendix 1D and made of canvas or other stainable material. Rule number 3, the equipment. Section number 1, the official bat. An official bat shall be one piece constructions, multi-piece, permanently assembled, or two-piece interchangeable constructions. If the bat is designed with interchangeable component, it must meet the officially following criteria. So at the rest of it is the criteria, the 1 and 2, and the official that explain me no more. A to A to K, and A to K, the insert of the end cap shall be firmly and permanently settled on it, cannot be removed by anyone other than the manufacturer without damaging or destroying the end cap barrel. Section number 2, warm-up bat. So this one is the warm-up bat. It is also must be one-piece constructions, and it shall comply with the safety grip and safety knob requirements of the official bat. It must be marked warm-up. Yung mga ginagamit sa warm-up, it must be marked as warm-up. Section number 3, the official softball shall be a regular smooth stem or concealed stitches or a flat surface ball. Shall have center core made up either new one, a quality to fabric, copers, mixtures of cork, rubber, customized mixtures or other materials approved by them. So this one explains the official softball. Section number 4, the gloves mitts. A player may wear gloves, but only the catchers and first basemen may use mitts. No stop placing, weaving, or other device between the thumb and body of the glove, or mitt worn by the first baseman or catchers of glove worn by the fielder shall be more than 12.76 meters or 5 in length. The pitcher's glove may be any combination of colors. The gloves with white, gray, or yellow optic circles of the outside giving the appearance of the ball are legally for all players. Section number 5, the shoes. All team members may wear shoes. A shoe shall be considered officially if it is made with either canvas or leather uppers of similar materials and it is fully enclosed. The soles may be either smooth or have soft or hard rubber cleats. It is originally metal sole and heel plates may be used if the strikes on the plates do not extend more than 1.6 meters. From the sole or heel, the shoes with rounded metal spikes are illegal. No hard plastic. Shoes with detachable clients that screw onto the shoe are not allowed. Youth divisions modified fast pitch and co-ed slow pitch only. Section number 6, protective equipment. Mask for FP only. All catchers may wear masks. Mask SP only. Youth catcher must wear a mask with helmet. Face masks are any defensive or offensive player can wear an approved plastic face mask guard. Body protections. All the catcher is fast pitch. Ship guards. FP only. Adult and youth catcher must wear shin guards while on defense that it will offer protection to the kneecap. The helmets for FP only. And helmets are the broken, cracked, detent, or altered are prohibited must be removed from the game. Any defensive player may wear a cap or an approved helmet or similar color of the team uniform cap. Protective leg arm guards may be worn by the batter and the batter runner. Section number 7, the equipment on the playing field. Equipment that is not part of the official equipment shall not be left lying on the playing owned in either fair or foul territory. Section 8. It is very important, the uniform. All players on the team shall wear uniforms like in color, trim, and style. Refers to the coach's uniform and found under Rule 4, Section 1B. The design caps. Above caps must be alike and are mandatory for all male players must be worn properly. The pants. Sliding pants are player pants shall be either or long or all short in style. Numbers and Arabic numbers or constructing colors at least high must be worn on the back of all uniform shirts. No manager, coach, or player on the same team may be wear identical numbers. Names. Individual names may be worn above the numbers of the back of all uniform shirts. Cast players, metal, or other hard substances in its final form may not be worn in the game. Distracting adornments or no exposed items including jewelry. All equipment, section number 9, notwithstanding the foregoing or ISF reference the right to the withdraw or withdraw approval of any equipment which in the ISFL soul with determination significantly changes the characteristic or the game, affects the safety of participant or as spectators or renders a player's performance more productive or equipment rather than his individual skills. Last rule. Rule 4. Coaches, players, and substitutes. Coaches. The head coach is responsible for signing the lineup card. Coaches must be healthy attired, including the wearing of suitable footwear of dress in terms uniform. An offensive team coach, base coach, is an illegally member of the team at bat who takes his place on the field within the coach box. Two coaches are allowed to give words of assessing directions to the members of their team while at bat. One shall be stationed near first base and one near third base, and they are required to remain with both feet within the confines of their respective coach's bag. A base coach may be addressed on his own. No communication equipment is allowed between the coach on the field, the coach and the dugout, the coaches and any player, the spectator area and the field including the dugout, coaches and the players. Section number 2, the lineup cards and the roster. Official lineup cards are to be complicated and any submitted to the official scorer and the plate umpire at the start of the end game. A player name shall not be on the starting lineup. All available players shall be listed in the designated place. Eligible roster members may be added in the available substitute list. The name of the head coach manager must be listed on the lineup card. Section number 3, the players. Players is very important too in this game, the softball. A team shall consist of players in the following positions. Fast pitch, 9 players, pitchers F1, catcher F2, first baseman F3, second baseman F4, third baseman F5, shortstop F6, left fielder F7, center fielder F8, and right fielder F9. Fast pitch with designated player DP, 10 players same as fast pitch plus DP. Slow pitch, 10 players, pitchers F1, catchers F2, first baseman F3, second baseman F4, third baseman F5, shortstop F6, left fielder F7, left center fielder F8, and the right fielder F9, and the right center fielder F10. So this one is their name. Starting players. A starting player shall be officially when the lineup card is inspected and approved by the plate umpire and team representative and the pregame meeting. The names may be entered on the official lineup card. However, in any case of injury or illness, changes may be made at the pregame meeting with the umpires. The starting players who change at the meeting could enter the game as a substitute at any time later in the game. Section number 5, designated player FP only. Designated player referred to as a DP may be used as a batter for any defensive player provided it is made known prior to the stop of the game and his name is entered on the lineup sheet as one of the 9 hitters in the batting order. B. The starting DP may be substituted and may be re-entered one time as long as he returned to the position in the batting order that is occupied when he left the game. C. The name of the defensive player from whom the DP is batting known as the flex player or flex. The starting player is listed as the DP must remain the same position in the batting order. The DP and his substitute or replacement may never play offense at the same time. The DP may be substituted for any time either by a batter or runner, or the flex for whom he is batting may enter the playing offense. Section number 5. 6. Many more. Section number 6, extra player. So this one is the extra. For SP only. An extra player referred to as an EP is optional but is one use. It must be made known prior to the start of the game, and the player's name listed on the lineup card also as one of the 11 hitters in the batting order. B. If the EP is used, if the extra player is used, he must be used the entire game. Note: failure to complete the game with an extra player results in forfeitures of the game. Section number 7, re-entry. Any of the starting players may be substituted and re-enter once, provided such a player occupy the same batting positions whether they are in the lineup. If the manager coaches remove a substitute from the game and re-enters the game, this is considered an illegally an entry. Section number 8, substitutes and illegal players. Substitutes may take the place of a player whose name is his team line. The following regulations govern playing substitutes. A coach or team representative of the team making substitutions shall immediately notify the player umpire at the time of substitution in terms. The plate umpire shall report the change to the scorer. A substitute is not officially in the game until the pitch has been thrown or a play is made. Section number 9, disputed calls. Any team member disputing any judgment decision by an umpire will constitute a team warning. Any repeat offense shall result in ejection of the team member. Do out conduct. Coaches play substitutes or any bench personnel shall not be outside the designated do-out area except with the rules allow or which considered justified by the umpire. There shall be no smoking in the designated do-out area, just like I said in the past rules. Section number 11, replacement player. It is the event of any player bleeding during the game. So just like I said a while ago, you can enter the game when some of your members are injured. Section 12, temporary runner or FP only. A temporary runner is legal for a catcher or record from the previous half inning who is on a base with 2 out. The following provisions apply. It is optional for the offensive team manager. The temporary runner may be used any time after the second out occurred. The temporary runner is the player scheduled to bat last and who is not on base at the time option is taken. So section 13, the violations and the penalties. So I discuss it further siguro. Kasi it's really need kasi a team member shall not make disparaging or insulting remarks to or about opposing players, officially or spectators, or commit other acts that should be considered at sportsmanship like conduct. So, yung mga bad words na sinasabi natin sa other players, mga hand gestures na binabawal, it can make your team go bad, make your team bad. So, it has violations and penalty for that kind of doing. The penalty for violations by a team member shall be: for a first offense, the offender may be warned. For a second offense, or it is a first offense, is considered serious enough by the umpire, the offender is ejected. A team member ejected from the game shall go directly to the dressing room for the remainder of the game or leave the grounds. Failure of a person so ejected to leave the game immediately will warrant a forfeiture of the game. An officiating umpire may be report a team member for offensive conduct, language or physical abuse or any time after a game has been called, in which case report the team's manner will appear before the organizations under who the game of the tournament is played. So, sorry sir if it is not what you want for us, but it is the only way I understand it, although I can't explain it broadly, but I share the knowledge, I share the learnings, I share the informations about the rules of the softball 1 to 4. So thank you everyone for watching. It is for educational purposes only.